Hello, Ashleigh, and welcome to 2Bob Radio. In 2016, you released a single, Little Love, which was recorded in Los Angeles with producer Warren Huart. Is that how you pronounce it? Hart or
Hewitt.
Hewitt, okay. It's a great track. Now, how's it been received so far?
Thank you. Look, it's gone really well. I think that sort of retro feel is something that's coming back a lot in a lot of ways at the moment.
Yes.
And people are glad to hear something a little different.
It certainly is. And you've got a background in jazz, and you joined the girl band Sweethearts when you were only 14 years old. How did you get into the band?
Well, it was actually through the high school that I was at, Matthew Flinders in Geelong, and the band manager who brought up the whole idea was the music teacher there, and he thought it would be a really cool idea to have like an all-girl Motown band. And so every year they have auditions, and what happens is that the current students, once they've graduated high school, then the new kids come through. So it's always rotating.
Yes, and is this what sort of captivated you and propelled you into pursuing a career in singer-songwriting?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we do a lot of practice for singing and songwriting. They actually do a VCAL program for music, and Cert 4 actually in music as well during the time in Sweethearts. So it definitely prepares you on a professional level. But the amount of fun that you have during the gigs, I think, is enough to make anyone want to be a musician full time.
Yes, it certainly does. And tell us about your time at the Hollywood Immersive Music Centre in Los Angeles. That must have been absolutely a great, rich experience.
Yeah, so that was in 2013, and I auditioned for that, and I think they take like 10 people from around the world or something each year to do the program, and it's basically a week-long intensive program, meeting producers, musicians, and meeting with people talking about visas, etc. And so it's a real great sort of, I guess, introduction into what to expect if you're going to try and break into the industry over there. So I definitely learned a lot, and that's what gave me the sort of knowledge to come back home, record my own song, and figure out what was my next step.
And you've also released, I think it was an EP, Lolita, in 2014, was it? Haven't got my notes in front of me.
About then, yeah.
Is it along the same lines as Little Love, the same sort of sound?
It's a little more jazzy. So what I wanted to do was have a physical product to take over to LA with me when I went over to try and meet with producers to record my next song. I wanted to have like a physical product to say, this is what I'm all about. It's a great sort of first product for me to have, and it's a little more jazzy, and I think I'm still finding my feet. And you can probably hear that. Well, I can definitely hear that within the song.
Yeah.
But Little Love is just a little more, I guess, honed in on the exact sound that I want to produce.
Yes, and I believe that you've got a great love of 50s, the beauty, the music, anything 50s, which was a great era.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a thing for that. I generally love anything from even like the 20s straight through to the 60s, but that era in particular, it's just so beautiful and flattering for women.
It is. I must admit, the styles were very feminine.
Absolutely.
Is that the type of outfits you would wear during your performances, the 50s styles?
Yeah, look, I'd say it's probably a little kind of Mad Men, maybe, early 60s, late 50s. And I think I love to wear a petticoat and a full skirt, but
yes.
I think on stage my persona's a little more, sultry. So I generally go for the curvaceous Marilyn Monroe type tighter dresses.
Yes.
But I do have a collection of puffy skirts that I wear, the rockabilly festivals and stuff on my own.
Yeah, I love that style myself. And it's good if you can pull it off with your music, because your music is very, like you said, I'm not sure. Did you say sexy or sassy? Or sultry?
Yeah,
sultry.
It's sultry, and it's got a little bit of sass to it.
It has, which is very appealing, I'm sure, to the audience.
Yeah, I hope so. I think anything that you have to sing has to sort of be compelling and interesting, and that's the way I like to do it.
Yes, that's what grabbed my ear when I sort of listened to the song. I thought, oh, this sounds absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans to do any touring around Australia or perhaps overseas in the future?
Not at the moment. I'm kind of trying to build my repertoire now that I've, like I said, before, I've really honed in on that sound that I want to produce.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just trying to write more songs in that vein and actually get my repertoire up so that I've got enough to, host a decent gig. And at that time, I would love to certainly tour around Australia and get some gigs.
Is it very hard for you to come up with songs?
I think there's a lot that I want to say, and so not really. Like I do sit down though and have to put myself to writing it. It's rare that a song just comes to me, although it does happen occasionally. Even with Little Love, the tagline Little Love and the whole concept just came to me a day when I was driving my car and I was thinking about my life and whatnot. So that was really easy. But in terms of like forcing myself to write other songs, I think, I don't know, there's write about, and each song only covers just a minute amount of those topics. So really, you should be able to write like a plethora of songs and have heaps going. But it takes time. Each song takes a while to produce and complete.
That is correct, yes. And look, you've got a great resume. I've seen that you've actually performed at Italy's Porretta Soul Festival, also one in Switzerland, and you sang to the Four Tops, which I think that's amazing for one so young. Yeah. So all of those opportunities actually came through gigs with Sweetheart. So the Four Tops one, we all went on an excursion together to see their concert when they were in Melbourne, and we got to meet them, and it was just very impromptu. The band manager said, "Hey, Ash, why don't you sing Baby, I Need Your Loving?" Because, they were the original artists of it, and we happened to be playing that song at the time. So literally just acoustically just started singing it, and the backing singers how lovely.
Doing their backing parts. Yeah, and I think they were really touched, but, I mean, what a random, amazing experience that I think, like, no one else can say that they've ever done that.
No, you're a first and probably a last person that can ever do that with them. I think that's wonderful. Yeah. Well, Ashleigh, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me at 2Bob, and I look forward to playing more of your music in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.